Yo, what is up, guys? My name is Nicholas Earl, and welcome back to Earl Sports Bets. And today we've got a video for UFC Vegas 17, Geoff Neal versus Stephen Thompson, and it is the last card of the year. So we started with 15 fights. Now we are down to 12, but we still got a really fun card to look ahead to. So we're going to hop right into it here. First fight of the night, Christos Gallegos versus Carlton Minus. Giagos is coming in on short notice, two-day notice basically, which is kind of concerning at minus 330 because he can gas out a lot. For me, this fight, I don't really want too much to do with it. The only thing I'm really looking at is the over 1.5 here at minus 200. I just think this fight's probably going to go to a decision. And I can't trust Giagos here at minus 330. And I'm not trying to place a bet here at plus 270 with Carlton Minus. If I had to lean with the side, it's Giagos by decision, but I can't bet that. If I would have to actually put money on it, it'd be dog or pass. But for the long shot parlay, I'll probably go with Giagos. But this is not a fight I'm looking to bet more than just that minus 200 for the over 1.5 rounds. Next one is a fun one here that we were supposed to have, I think, a couple weeks ago. Darren got, I think, pink eye or something like that, and and now the fight's been rescheduled to 2 weeks later. This is going to be a great fight. 2 weeks ago, I was all over Darren. I liked him at the plus 150, plus 160 price. He's now at my plus 130. And honestly, I think those two weight cuts down to 126 is very difficult here for Darren. He looked tired on the scales today. And I like Jimmy Flick better now in this fight. I think Flick's going to be able to get the fight down to the ground. He has definitely the grappling advantage and the better wrestling, and I think he can get Darren into a submission here. Someone's getting finished in here. It's either going to be Flick getting a submission or Darren getting a knockout. Flick has been knocked out 4 times, but I don't think this fight's going to really stay on the feet. So I'm really liking Jimmy Flick here, straight up, and potentially, let's see what it is on the line here for by submission. Jimmy Flick by submission plus 125. If you're looking for a little bit of plus value, I don't hate that line at all. Plus 125 for submission. But give me Jimmy Flick by submission for this fight. It should be a fun one. Next, we have Jamie Pickett taking on Tefon. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his last name here. Minus 317 for Tefon. Jamie Pickett is a plus 160 or plus 267 run back. And this is going to be another one of those fun fights. Tefon is only 4-0 in his professional career, making his UFC debut, and at a minus 317 is tough to really get behind. I think he's going to win this fight because people are thinking he's the middleweight Francis Ngannou, but this is definitely going to be a fun fight here. Pickett with the experience advantage I really like, but I'm going to, if I would have to lean aside, I'm going to say Tefon gets the knockout here against Pickett. But my only real play here is the over 1.5 again. I think that this fight can definitely go over 7.5 minutes, and then maybe after that he gets a late second round, third round finish potentially. But let's take a look at what it is Tefon by knockout, and that would be Tefon by minus 175. So I'm liking, I think he's going to get the knockout in this fight, but I'm looking at the over 1.5 rounds really more than anything in this fight. Next, we have an interesting one here. We have a women's fight, minus 115 for Gillian Robinson, plus or minus 105 for Santos. And this is going to be a very close competitive fight. I think it's a tale of two finishes here, or tale of two paths to victory. Gillian Robinson needs to get this fight down to the ground if she wants to have any chance at winning this fight. And Taylor Santos needs to keep this thing on the feet, and not try to get into any grappling exchanges with Robinson. She's going to try pull guard or anything like that. She's got to avoid that, keep it on the feet, and piece her apart. I like Taylor Santos here. I think that this fight will stay on the feet. I don't know if Gillian Robertson's wrestling is good enough to get her down to the ground. And I may take a little flyer here at the under 2.5, or potentially, I want to see what a prop for this one is. I think it's plus 400, 425, plus 425 for Taila Santos by knockout. I think if she's able to keep this fight on the feet, maybe able to clip Robertson, because I know she's not one to be able to take a hit really well. So I'm definitely leaning Taila Santos in this fight. This is one of those that makes me nervous because I hate betting on women's fighting. I think the under 2.5 is definitely in play here if Santos can get a finish or submission by Robinson. So if you're looking for either or, not looking to take a side, maybe the under 2.5 is the way to go. But I'm going to take Santos with the minus 105. And hopefully she can get me a win here, even if it's by decision or by knockout. Next, we get Darren Nguyen taking on Antonio Arroyo, minus 164 for Arroyo, plus 144 for Devon Nguyen. And this is going to be interesting. There's a huge height discrepancy. I think Nguyen is like 5'6", and Arroyo's, I don't remember the exact height, but Arroyo is definitely going to have a huge size advantage here. And that should lead to a really good advantage for him. I think he's going to keep it on the feet. Darren Nguyen just needs to get this fight down to the ground if he wants to have a chance. Because once he gets it down to the ground, really the height and size advantage doesn't really do much when you're laying on your back. So if he's able to get it down to the ground, maybe Darren Nguyen comes with a decision win if he's able to get Arroyo down to the ground with that lower center of gravity. But I think Arroyo is able to keep this thing on the feet, and potentially at plus 300, a knockout could be in play for Arroyo. But I'm looking to take the minus 164 here, lay the chalk, and take Antonio Arroyo. My pick is by TKO, but this is definitely going to be an interesting fight to watch. Next, we get another women's fight. We get Pani Khanzad taking on Sahara Eubanks, minus 153 for Eubanks, run back of plus 133 for Pani. And it's going to be another one of those interesting fights, or not interesting, but it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. Obviously, this is going to decision, so if you want a parlay piece, minus 415, the over 2.5. If you're feeling frisky, I don't think any of them are getting a finish though in this fight. Plus 315 for a finish, or for under 2.5. I just don't see that happening. My pick here is I see this as a dog or pass fight. Pani has been making a lot of improvements, and I think she can out volume and out volume Eubanks here on the feet. She definitely has the better striking, and that's just going to be something I'm going to look for and hope that she can out volume Eubanks and get a decision that way, and win the fight based on her superior striking. Eubanks, I think, needs to get this fight down to the ground, but I think Pani will be able to get up and be able to get up after these takedowns and not really be able. And Eubanks is not going to be really able to do much with it. That being said, I am taking Pani at plus 133, getting the dog price, and hopefully she can get it done in a decision. Next, we have Alex Moreno taking on Anthony Pettis, and this is Anthony Pettis' last fight in the UFC, regardless if he wins or loses. I think he's gonna be cut after this, probably going to Bellator, regardless if he beats him or not. Minus 225, plus 190 for Moreno, and It's just going to be an interesting fight. Anthony Pettis loves to throw these bullshit out of nowhere strikes and has that crazy, has a couple crazy knockouts. Moreno just coming off of a nice win against Reese McGee, where he figured out he has a really good ground game and really good wrestling, and I think that's how Moreno is going to potentially be able to control this fight. I'm going to take the dog here at plus 190 Moreno. Maybe he wrestle fucks him or grapples the fuck out of him and gets some really nice ground control and just dominates this fight. And maybe a third round finish potentially if Pettis knows he's losing and looks for a way out. But I'm definitely taking Moreno in this fight. I think it's going to be a fun fight to watch. And give me the dog here at plus 190. Alex Moreno, I think, gets it done. Our next one, we got the main card starting here. We get the big boys, Greg Hardy versus Marcin Tybura. Minus 118 for Hardy, minus 102 for Tybura. And I'm surprised that Hardy is a favorite in this fight. I like Marcin Tybura way more. I don't trust Greg Hardy's gas tank. And Tybura has shown that he can go 3 rounds. He did it last fight against Rothwell. He did it against Maxim Grishin. Tybura is looking really good in this heavyweight division. He is better striking, and I think he'll be able to take down Hardy and be able to wrestle him. And this may be a potential do or die spot for Hardy. I know he's coming off a win here, but he's not really much of an entertaining heavyweight, and I think he's making a good chunk of change per fight. So I don't know if he's someone that the UFC is looking to keep around after this if he loses this fight. So this could be a potential pick ticket fight for him. But I think Marcin Tybura can use his kickboxing, use his good striking, take down Hardy, and really dominate him in a decision win. The over 2.5 at plus 120 is definitely a bet I'm looking to potentially make. I do think that's a nice value there, and I think Tybura can win this in a decision. All right, heading to the next fight here, we have Marlon Moraes taking on Rob Font. Wow, I can't speak right now. And this is going to be another one of these fights where Moraes, I think he's a first rounder potential bust type of fighter. He tends to fade in the second or third round, and he's often very low volume, so he's not going to win a decision. I think Rob Font is definitely a live dog here, and actually it's going to be a dog or pass for me here. I like a lot of dogs on this card, a lot of potential here, but I like Font. He has great striking. He is a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And honestly, I think the only way Moraes wins this fight is if he knocks down Font or he finishes Font. I don't see him winning a decision. And another potential thing here is to live bet Font after the first round. And you're going to get a very nice plus tag on him because Moraes is going to come out. He's going to strike in the first round. He's going to win that first round. And we're betting Font knowing that Moraes, he's going to win the first round, but he's not going to win the second or third. We're going to live bet Font here. I have Font by decision. And maybe you might get a nice plus 200, plus 250 after the first round for Rob Font. All right, next we get a action-packed fight here. We have Chaos Williams taking on Michel Pereira. A pick'em, minus 110 on each side, and this is going to be a banger. Chaos Williams has the touch of death, which we saw last fight against Al Hassan, where he knocked the hell out of him. I can honestly see within the first 3 minutes, Pereira will be laying down on the mat, knocked out, unconscious. For that, I'm taking Chaos Williams. I want to see what his prop is by knockout. First round knockout is plus 300. Second round knockout is plus 650. This is probably a fight I will look to bet the first and second round and hope to get a nice little score here. Chaos Williams, I think, is going to get a knockout here, whether it's the first or the second round. Pereira is just not a fighter I'm willing to trust. He throws a lot of crazy shit, spinning kicks, spinning elbows, Superman, flying knees, like all these crazy crap. When he's just out there to entertain more than to win fights, and that's just not someone I want to lay my money on, especially when you're fighting someone like Chaos Williams, which has the kiss of death and can turn your lights out with one punch. I'm taking Williams to get the knockout here and win this fight. We have 2 fights left here. We have Marlon Chito Vera taking on Jose Aldo. Minus 148 for Aldo, plus 128 for Vera. And this is going to be a fun fight here. I think Aldo, he's shown he can go 5 rounds, and this is a 3-round fight. I think his stamina is going to definitely be there. My pick is Aldo by decision. I think Aldo is going to use his really strong leg kicks and his power. He has plenty of power in his hands. He likes those body shots. I think he's going to piece apart Marlon Vera. I think he's going to win a decision. Here, I think this fight goes to a decision. And at the very least, if you like Marlon Vera on the other side, bet him after round. Bet him after round 1 because he will lose the first round. He's kind of like a Marlon Moraes, Rob Font type thing where Font's going to lose the first round to Moraes. Vera's going to lose the first round because he's a slow starter, and I think Aldo can win one more round after that first round and get the job done here against Marlon Vera. Give me Jose Aldo. What is Aldo by decision here? By decisions, plus 140 if you want that little plus price. I think Jose Aldo can get it done here tomorrow night. Or tonight, it's 12:24, whatever, and get the win here against Marlon Vera in the co-main event of the evening. All right, and that brings us to our last fight of 2020. This is the main event of the evening. We have Geoff Neal taking on Steven, the Wonder Boy Thompson, minus 120 for Neal, plus 100 for Thompson. And this is going to be a striker's delight. I know we lost Leon Edwards, and Khamzat Chimaev was supposed to be the main event for this, but this is going to be a good fight as well. My pick is Geoff Neal for this fight. He is someone where he's just on his way up, and I think Steven Thompson, if you're looking for a title shot, he is a gatekeeper to try to get that title shot. And I think Geoff Neal is on his way up. I think Neal is more athletic, and he's going to attack the legs of Steven Thompson and potentially clip him within these 5 rounds and knock him out. My pick is Geoff Neal by knockout. Let's see real quick what the Geoff Neal by knockout prop is, and then we'll go over what we like for this fight. By knockout is plus 200. I like that. So that is a nice potential bet, plus 200 for Geoff Neal by knockout. All right. So I like the. Let's go over our bets for this video. I like the over 1.5 for that first fight, and the over 1.5 for the Pickett and Tafon fight. But if I'm gonna have to go down and pick every fight here, I got Giagos, I got Jimmy Flick. I like him by submission. Giagos by decision. I like Tefon by knockout. Tyler Santos by knockout potentially. Arroyo by knockout because I think he'll piece apart Wim. I like Pani by decision. Moreno by decision. Tybura by decision. Font by decision. Williams by knockout. Aldo by decision. And Geoff Neal by knockout. That is going to just about do it for this video. If this information was helpful to you guys at all, feel free to to hit that subscribe button, please be sure to subscribe and hit that like button. This should be a really nice card to end the year on. And this should be fun. Be sure to subscribe and turn on those post notifications so you guys are notified every single time we come out with a video here at Earl Sports Bets. We have plenty of content coming out in these next few weeks and months. We have NFL, college basketball, college football, UFC, as you can tell by this video. We have esports, NBA starting in just 3 days, WNBA, NHL, and MLB to come in the next few months as well. But that is going to do it for this video. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out, guys.